So lately I've found myself binging a lot of politics, a lot of current events. There's so many things going on, the truth is elusive, and sorting out every piece of new information has felt like a new full-time job of sorts. And it's been a really powerful experience, lots of inner transformation, lots of growth and healing, clarity about who I am and where I fit into the world. But today I want to talk about stillness. Being a student of stillness. I'm noticing how much ideology and emotion have taken over our democratic discourse. And it's led me to think critically about what it means to be a person who can be in a free society. What do we all need to be able to thrive in a free society? And one of the things that I keep coming back to is stillness. Stillness. You see, stillness creates a space between our feelings and our actions. Stillness creates space between our impulses and our choices. And without stillness, everything from quitting smoking to hearing an opinion you disagree with becomes virtually impossible. And so, in order to break this cycle of conflict that we're experiencing as a culture and people right now, I think it's so critical that we all pursue stillness, meditation, time in nature. It's so critical that we find our center, we find ourself, that we find the ground beneath our feet. Because without the ground beneath our feet, without our center, without that space between our impulses and our actions, without that, we end up in a feedback loop of fear, a feedback loop of anger, a feedback loop of confusion. And without stillness, we don't have faith. You see, when we are still, we find faith. One of my favorite spiritual quotations, I don't know who it comes from, but it goes like this: silence is the voice of God, and everything else is a bad translation. This has proven to be true over and over in my life. And by finding stillness, by finding silence in the present moment, we can find that which we trust. We can find the infinite oneness, the greater intelligence, God, whatever you call it. We can find it, we can experience it, we can recognize it as within us and all around us. When we take the time to get still, and we take the time to get quiet, and we take the time to make that space within ourselves. When we do that, we can find faith in that stillness. And from a place of centered stillness and faith in the mystery, then we can do our patriotic duty of sifting through ideas. See, democracy is the free market of ideas. It's the belief that as individuals we cannot come up with the best case solution. That the best case solution comes from our collective awareness, our collective intelligence. And the only way we can find that higher truth, find those better solutions through our collective intelligence is through conversation, through speech. But if we are caught in our cycles of pain and trauma and fear, if we've lost touch with the stillness, if we've lost our faith, then we pick sides ideologically. We pick sides politically. And when we pick sides ideologically and politically, we lose the ability to listen and understand nuance. We lose the ability to give each other grace and the benefit of a doubt. So, this is something I'm working on. I believe as millennials, the great sleep has ended. And it is now our responsibility to step up and play a role. It's our responsibility to step up and be adults and leaders. We can't be children anymore. And what I'm noticing, so many people in my generation who are taking that step, they're forgetting stillness. And they're forgetting faith. And they're forgetting to trust the mystery. And they're latching onto ideologies. And they're looking to their emotions as evidence that their ideologies are truth. They're looking at those on the other side of the aisle with different ideas as the enemy, rather than part of the solution. And I foresee the next 10 years of this country's political future as being very confrontational and very chaotic. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. And if we're going to come through this, if we're going to get through this better than we started, as a people, as individuals, then we must find stillness. We must find that faith in the mystery. We must be clear on who we are, and be clear that who we are is a process rather than a destination. And through humility and trial and error, we will become better versions of ourselves, better people, and a better country. But not if we pick sides. Not if we choose ideologies. Only if we pursue stillness. Only if we dedicate ourselves as students of stillness will we be able to navigate the complex ideas, the difficult nuances of the challenges we face. I believe stillness is essential for us to navigate this with grace. And I'm starting to come back to my own stillness here. I got pretty unstill for a minute. I think a lot of us lost our footing at some point in this process. Me, what happened when I lost stillness? Broke my hand. So there are consequences for losing our center. There are consequences for losing our faith. But we can always come back to them. We can always come back to them. That's why it's the pursuit of stillness.